KMES English Medium Junior College welcome its students for the online lecture of Psychology for Standard 11, Chapter 8, Memory. For the topic, some phenomena related to memory and forgetting. Students, in today's lecture, we are going to study Chapter 8, that is Memory, in which we are going to study about the two subtopics, 8.3, some phenomena related to memory, and 8.4, forgetting. 8.3, some phenomena related to memory, consists of flashback memory and tip of tongue phenomena, whereas forgetting consists of nature of forgetting and cause of forgetting. Eight point 3.1 Flash bulb memory. You can remember where you were and what you were doing when you first learned about the earthquake or tsunami taking place. If you can have flash bulb memory, a term coined by Brown and Kulik. Flash bulb memory are vivid memories of that we are doing at the time of an emotion-provoking event, because they seem to be preserved in autobiographical memory in considerable detail, almost like a photograph. Flash bulb memory illustrates a more general phenomena about memory, exceptional memory, and are easily retrievable. So, flash bulb memory given by Brown and Kulik is vivid, highly detailed recollection of ordinary events that has coined with a traumatic or momentous event. This enables us to recall detail about the significant personal or historical event. Such memory seems to be preserved in our autobiographical memory, almost like a photograph. Tip of the tongue phenomenon. One way to study organization of information in long-term memory is to see what happens when we search through our library of experience to retrieve a memory. Suppose you are trying to retrieve a person name when you cannot remember it. The name is on the tip of your tongue, but you cannot recall it. For example, if you want to recall a name XYZ, instead of this name you may alter similar names starting with the same letter and having nearly similar names. Some of the tip of tongue phenomena is the evidence from the organization of long-term memory. So, tip of tongue phenomena, TOT, it refers to our temporary inability to recall some information even though we know that it is stored in our memory. It is an experience that we are about to remember sometime, but fail to do so. The specific information that we want to retrieve is called the target word. TOT indicates that material is classified and organized before it is stored in long-term memory. 8.4 Forgetting. Forgetting is simply the inability to remember the thing which we want to remember at that moment. Thus, forgetting is a failure to retrieve the material from our long-term memory, which we had already stored. An experiment was conducted on forgetting by Hermann Ebbinghaus. He created several lists of nonsense syllables. Nonsense syllabus is a set of 3 alphabets, 2 on both the sides of consonant. A middle one is a vowel, like VOL, MUV, etc. and learn it. He checked his own record at various periods of time. He found that he forgot most of whatever he had learned in the first 20 minutes, that is 40%. Following that, after 1 hour, 20%, and after 9 hours, 10%. Again he forgot further, and after 1 day he could recall only around 30% of the material he has learned. After this, his recall was steady for a long period of time. This experiment proves that we forget most of the things we learn in a short span. Therefore, we should revise the study material on the same day when we finish studying it to avoid forgetting. Thus, the nature of forgetting refers to the failure to retain what has been learned. Forgetting is the loss, either permanently or temporarily, of the ability to recall or recognize something that was learned earlier. The first attempt of studying forgetting was done by German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus. He developed around 2,300 nonsense syllables. He conducted experiments on retention using himself as a subject. He memorized lists of nonsense syllables and recalled them after varying periods of time. After initial learning, he discovered that the most rapid forgetting occurred in 9 hours after learning, and particularly in the first hour after learning. So, note some important things that nonsense syllabus was developed by Hermann Ebbinghaus. It referred to 3-letter meaningless but pronounceable words. They are specially consonant, vowel and consonant trigrams such as BOZ, JUR, etc. Cause of forgetting. If you keep a book on a shelf over 6 months without touching it, it will happen that book. How will it start looking? How will we realize that after 6-month period there will be dust on them? Similarly, our memory outfades when we do not use them for longer periods. This trace gets decayed over a period of time. if they are not used, and so we get forget. So the first cause of forgetting is trace decay. This is a physiological explanation of forgetting. Learning results in trace in the brain. Due to the passage of time, this trace began to fade and sometimes disappear entirely. The theory is also called by the name as leak bucket hypothesis, and it suggests that the memory trace disappears due to disuse. A memory trace has two qualities: strength and resistance to existence. Coming to the second cause, distorted. You may ever play the game Chinese Whisper. What happened in this game? Does the message remain the same as it was told by the first person who started the message? You can try it in the class with your friend. You will see that the message in the beginning and the message which is given by the last person is not the same. What do you think? Why does this happen? It is because we have a tendency to distort our memory. Some researchers believe that our memory trace and not decay, but they are distorted over a period of time and forgetting occurs. As according to Beckley, trace impressions do not fade away, but they get distorted as time passes. Thus, we remember may be very different from the original matter. He analyzed memories of stories and perceptual objects and concluded that interpretation plays a major role in memory, and memory is not only productive but also constructive in nature. So this was distorted memory. Coming to the third one, that is interference as a cause of forgetting. You have gone through some similar situations in your day-to-day life. Thinking you studied psychology yesterday and you study sociology today. Now you end up forgetting either psychology or sociology. This kind of forgetting is due to interference of material. Some researchers believe that we forget due to interference of the material with which other we learn, one after the other. There are two types of interference, namely proactive interference and retroactive interference. So, most researchers of memory suggest that interference is the main factor of forgetting. That is, we forget because some new memory interferes with the retrieval of old memory. Forgetting is influenced more by what we do before or after learning than by passing of time. Retroactive interference. As the name suggests, retro means backward interference. It is the initial or complete forgetting of the previous learned material due to the new memories which get mixed up with the older one. So in the first example, if we forget psychology due to the study of sociology, it is due to the retroactive interference. Proactive interference, as the name suggests, pro means forward interference. It is the partial or complete forgetting of the newly learned material due to the old material. So in example given, if you forget sociology due to the study of psychology, it will be proactive interference. Fourth one, motivational forgetting. It is a behavior in which people forget unwanted memories, either consciously or unconsciously. It is also called as a conscious coping strategy, but it could not be confused with defense mechanism. There are two levels of motivated forgetting: repression and thought suppression. According to Sigmund Freud, psychoanalytic model states that we subconsciously push unwanted thoughts and memories into our consciousness. Person thinks such repression memories are completely forgotten. For example, a girl who had experienced sexual abuse during childhood may completely forget about it, but she may have difficulty while performing romantic relationships. Thought suppression. It is a conscious effort where we forget the memories of unwanted incidents and experience our life. For example, if your friend has experienced a breakup recently, he may change the topic if you want to discuss about it. Though suppression can be time-consuming and quite difficult also, because such suppression thought will reoccur. So your friend may try to suppress the thought about his ex-girlfriend, but he may not be successful as she is a classmate.